This is my last working week at IFC after a most wonderful 45-year career, out of which my last 20 have been with IFC. I started my career working for 10 years with Scotiabank in Toronto, Mexico and Argentina. I then worked for 15 years at HSBC in Argentina, and then I came to IFC, which ended up being the most fulfilling job of my working life so far. I of course retire with very mixed feelings, as I have enjoyed the mission very much as well as the success of IFC. But at age 68, I thought it was a good time to retire. I am pleased to be the oldest retiree in the history of IFC. I do not want to say goodbye without mentioning some of the people that had a big influence in my professional life. I want to start with Roy Scott, my boss and mentor at Scotiabank, as well as my lifetime friend and colleague, Leo Maranot. A big turning point in my life was when Jacques de Mandagrancy, Adam Elliott and Juan de Prat-Guy hired me at Midland Bank, which became HSBC, as well as to my colleagues Peter Potter and Alistair Wilkinson. The IFC list is a bit longer. I will always be grateful to Cesare Calari and Cal Voltaire for hiring me at IFC. My former CEOs Peter Boyken, Lars Tunnell and Jin Yong, my former bosses Bernard Pasquier, Atul Mehta, Yurki Koskelo, Gavin Wilson and Dimitris Tsitsiagos. My dearest IFC friends, Alemayu and Flavio Guimaraes, who by the way interviewed me before I joined IFC. I also want to thank all my colleagues in every region who always welcomed me with open arms, great visiting programs, and most importantly, fun activities. I will always treasure my time in FEG, where my list of friends is interminable. But I will just mention a few that had a big influence on me. These are James, Georgina, Paolo, Manuela, Rosie, Sharmila, Martin, Raj, Natalie, Vittorio, Paolo Martelli, Aliu, Irene Arias, Dolica, Joseph Julia, Marcelo, Norbert, my beloved assistant Regina Zamora Roberts, and many, many more whom I apologize for not mentioning you by name. Also, I want to thank my colleagues at AMC, where I spent 2 stints of my career. I want to express my thanks for their professionalism and admiration during the past 2 years, which were the most challenging in the 11-year history of AMC. I am confident that before too long, AMC will restart its path to growth and will continue to be a great contributor to mobilization and the mission of IFC. Ruth Horowitz deserves a special mention, as I and AMC would have not survived without her. I also want to thank all my colleagues in the IFCMT, including my friend Ethiopis, all of whom helped me tremendously navigating the rough waters of the merger and the future of AMC. Finally, I want to express my deepest appreciation to Philippe, who treated me as a true friend while I have been enduring some personal difficulties you are all aware of. The gesture of extending my tenure for 1 year speaks volumes about his sensibility, and I wish him all the success in making sure that IFC continues to be the greatest global institution that champions the private sector in the emerging markets. I will leave you with some of the principles that I applied during my entire career. First, family and staff come before business. 2, say no and then negotiate. And of course, its corollary, never take no for an answer. 3, treat your subordinates very well because you never know when they will be your boss. I give credit to Bernard Pasquier. 4. You are what you negotiate. 5. Empower your staff and guarantee that as a boss, you will take the blame if something goes wrong. 6. If you have bad news, share them with your colleagues and your boss as soon as possible. 7. Whenever you are supporting an investment, always think if you would put your own money. And finally, those that cannot change their mind cannot change the world, which I learned from Winston Churchill, one of my favorite persons in history. I want to thank my children for all their encouragement during their entire life and for always being at our side despite living with their incredible families in places as distant as New York, LA, and Hong Kong. Nothing is more rewarding than family harmony and solidarity. And of course, a special thanks to my lovely wife, Denise, who has always been by my side despite having asked her to move to 7 cities during my entire career and endure hundreds of absences from home due to my travels during my work life. I cannot wait to spend more time with her. So, my dear friends, as my IFC days set into the sunset, I just want to leave you with a message of hope and best wishes. You are all very fortunate to work in a great institution, have the opportunity to make a positive change in the world, and do not doubt that the current crisis will pass and that in moments like this is when we have some of our best opportunities to shine. I love you all and I hope to keep in touch with you. Hasta la vista.